And welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I remember the title of this thing this time. So we're back to defending ourselves, and $10 the baby did it. Alright. Yes, sir. At once, sir. Witty signal to testify, sir. Excuse me? But there's something, or someone peeing out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative. The newest member of the Inosa family to rise up to the ranks, sir. Name, Aido. It seems the straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Aido. Teach-shun. Oh, it's so cute! Your father's about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy. Okay, the true culprit. Let's go! Even if what I saw was in the precise moment the farmer's discharged, it's almost the same thing.
Yes, Pointy is gone, the foreign man. He was that young lad in the black. That much I myself did see.
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed we were the only personnel present.
Indeed, alone he was, Englishman. Dining all by himself.
Therefore, no one other than a black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out! Oh, okay. Wait, that's nonsense! The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all.
Please, enough of these outbursts already.
But there was a woman, a young woman at his table.
You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
Objection!
If you call yourself a lawyer, then you'll respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We're not here to listen to your fantasies. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact.
Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime council?
Inconsistencies! That meat was not eaten! Indeed. Of the table with the victim was dining taken by investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly be seen, there is only one place set.
Certainly based on the appearance of this print. It would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else.
What? This doesn't make any sense.
The court will now add this new photographic evidence to the record. The photographic print of the crime scene has been entered into the court record.
I don't understand. What's going on here? Why is everyone lying? Who the heck was she? Princess Leia looking buns?
It's just not possible that nobody else saw this woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well.
But it's not true. I saw her. I swear I saw that woman with them.
It would seem that we will be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we have just heard leave no further— I have doubt!
These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. Think it's still fresh on our treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Takasu Chiaochi, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor.
How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Rinosuke. Not over yet.
Thanks, Kazuma. I'm sorry I called you a dork. What?
If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now's your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination.
I don't know, Kazuma.
The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick, understood?
Rules can be so unbending at times.
Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Wait! Okay, yes.
Pointing his gun at the foreman. That much is what I did see.
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was Englishman, dining all by himself. How do I match evidences to each other? Okay, so examine. Yeah, this. Okay. And salmon? Oh wait, no, was it Ian? Okay, wait, maybe it was Ian's. Okay, hold on. I think I may be wrong. Okay, old man is hiding something. Press. Yes, it may be true I was holding the gun at that point in time. But I told you already, it was only because I picked it up off the floor.
Well, obviously, as the culprit, that is the only way you can explain it away.
I just finished drinking my coffee and I was about to leave the restaurant when I noticed a gun on the floor at Dr. Wilson's feet, so I picked it up. And exactly that moment, bang! A gunshot rang in my ears.
Full of events beyond our control, life is.
Sorry, what do you mean?
In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up, which precipitated the testing predicament. Whereas conversely, I failed to pick up the carbine from the floor and find myself in an equally testing predicament as a result. Huh? Anyway, the fact remains, I brought a knife to this court case. I should really be kicked out or have it taken from me. Myself, I did see you, with pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner. This was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
What is that, counsel?
It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at the clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
Hold that clinic? Yes. There would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident.
So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation could be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case.
I wonder. What do you think, Ryunosuke?
Huh?
Well, it's hard to see how it could be related, really. I mean, hold on. Which pocket? The pocket that was shot? Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Should I ask for his medical report? Yes! Might as well. Can't have too much evidence, right? If I may, I'd like to ask for a medical report to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Whether or not they're of our concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues.
I beg your pardon.
You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense request.
Just youngsters these days are always forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend.
Well, guess what? That stays forever. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report to the court record. Okay, found the victim's pocket. That was potentially shot. Okay, what we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant.
Right, I hear ya. Oh, you can conspire to prolong this trial as long as you like. What's the day after the festival all ready for you? Or perhaps you've forgotten. These witness testimonies leave no room for—
Oh my god, stop saying that. They already got caught lying.
Feel free to reinstate for the accused Kurekuta-san.
Indeed, alone he was, Englishman dining all by himself. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to my evidence real quick. I want to look at this. Okay, hold on. I want to look at the victim. Okay. Maybe not the pocket. Okay. Never mind. Back to pressing we go. Press! Yes. So you actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone? That I did. Forgive me the position I place you in.
So the testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree at that point. Isn't that interesting? And let's not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well. As can clearly be seen, there is only a single beef steak on the victim's table. A meal for one.
The antique dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. It's not impossible they're all lying. But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I've absolutely no idea. Okay, press again. Why aren't you telling the truth? What? What'd you say, cadet? I clearly remember. Okay, hold up. We can't just keep saying this over and over again, Rinosuke, okay? Perhaps one of you might not have noticed. But for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion? It's not possible.
Yeah, they sus! They're major sus!
Unfortunately for you, Defendant Naruho, though, it is not just a case of these two witnesses alone.
Sorry?
The waiter, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly stated the same thing. He also said the victim was alone.
Oh yeah! Precisely. In other words, you are the sole proponent of this phantom lady. But, if such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof. And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It is a blatant waste of the court's time.
So they can say to that. Excellent work, Rinosuke. You've glimpsed new information now. Well, yeah, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Oh, you mean this? Yes. This is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps you should examine it in a little more detail. How? I tried! You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. Those are the ones you may examine. Press space and you can take a closer look at the piece of question. Use the arrow keys. Got it! Cool, thank you. To rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles. By using WASD. You can move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. Okay, they pulsate. Press space to investigate. Got it. Cool. So, partner, you think you should take a closer look at this medical report card? See, there's something new to be learned by examining it. Got it. Got it. Got it. All right. See what I can do. Okay. So, okay, dentist. Got it. So, space. It looks like this medical report card was first issued quite some time ago. It's probably a record of long-term treatment, that's why. With a family doctor, I imagine. Well, I can't imagine going to a doctor, I mean. As long as I'm alive, I've never consulted one. That's not good. Well, if you were dead, there'd be no point, so you don't like doctors then. Why would you? They make you drink horrible tasting medicine. They give you painful injections. And then they demand lots of money from you for the privilege when you're at your lowest ebb. Ah, you sound like a model patient. With a bad case of stubbornness, no less. For which the only cure is a very bitter medicine indeed. It's funny. Okay. It says Hotta Clinic on this medical report card. I hate clinics, almost wish I hate hospitals and surgery. Oh my gosh. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I caught the only cold I ever had in my life. And I remember even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection in my right arm. Ugh, I'll never forget it. Never in my whole life. Most people would give their right arm to them if they had one cold in their whole life. Anyway, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Keep looking for clues, we don't miss anything. Okay, so... You guys, so what else do we need? Oh, hey, this! It's peeling! Or it opens. Okay, let's have a look. Some kind of medical history. There's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just for an incident, he had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps he used laughing gas. That is the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yeah, I've heard of anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you from feeling pain. There's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly, yeah, I'll say, like, you don't just eat. Strictly no food, because when you take out your molars, there's like a hole in there, and you need it to heal up. You need your skin to, like, start healing it. And if you use a straw or like food or hole, there's something stuck in there, and then yeah, that ain't good. Yeah. Wait, really? Sounds like the information worth bearing in mind. Yep. Can't drink anything but water. You couldn't eat a steak. What's the information? The meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So the biggest time was, okay, yeah, the dining alone. He couldn't be dining. He met someone there who was eating already. Okay, so, okay. Eating by himself was a precise moment the fire was discharged. Same thing. Dining all by himself. Niet! Niet! Present! Oh, wait. Oops. I didn't present.
Yes!
Yeah! Your Honor, the man could not have been dining. Well, you think I am... What are you about, Woodering lad? Call yourself a lawyer. I wish I could, but first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Rinosuke, everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. Stop looking at me out like that. I'm gonna make you and Simpson have your babies or something. I could see it quite clearly that in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully, you knew exactly what it is you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. That's not technically true. You should probably choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Okay! Thanks! The baby shouldn't be allowed in court! Karakuta-san, this is a medical report belonging to the victim. Ah, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement, something clearly doesn't add up.
Dear me. Have you forgotten my word so soon, you amateur?
Sorry, what?
You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish dribble.
But I'm literally cross-examining.
Let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. If it was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered in the restaurant, whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant.
But no, that's not true. Remember, Inosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point.
Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There is surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard has been clear and concise. This medical report has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides this pale-faced pupil who could have possibly perpetrated the crime.
This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that?
Well, the outburst has petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant?
Perhaps because Hota Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic.
Dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me?
Yeah, perhaps if I told you that the victim just had a tooth extracted?
Oh, what's this now?
And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating? Just what are you trying to say there, cadet? You had orders not to eat? So what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while the anesthesia wears off.
What? No, I can't.
Korakuta-san? What, boy? What?
As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all, okay?
No. Additionally... Sorry, I'm just reading it as if I'm like on Legally Blonde. There's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence, and you lied to the court. You know, that's kind of a big deal. That the victim is dining alone. But that possibly cannot be the case. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic.
Wah!
Expertly done, partner.
Oh, what? What is this nonsense, you little upstart?
Oh no, I grew a backbone. Take it.
These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table.
Yeah, you don't see a victim eating it. Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic?
How dare you?
I think it's fair to say the tables in this restaurant case have been turned. Oh wow. You are a bill dork. Wouldn't you agree, Rinosuke?
Yeah, totally.
So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beefsteak? Could it have been a woman? Do we check the fork for lipstick? Who knows? The court will hear the opinion of the defense in this new puzzle. I seem to be ready, counsel.
Yeah, totally. Counsel?
Oh, me! Haha, haha, yeah, doesn't it? Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of your turning this trial around. Show 'em what you're made of! Got it! So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been... me! An as of yet unknown third party. Obviously, it could only have been someone else who was sitting at the person's table.
You will not let this go, will you? There is no such person.
There was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten, I don't want to say half-eaten steak at his table. Objection, Kazuma. That is more like 5 bites taken out of it. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it.
Arrgh!
We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice to pursue a fair retrial. Relentlessly. Kazuma?
Are you insane? You would take on the government?
Don't worry, Counsel. I have no issue with you. Excuse me.
Well, what do you mean?
I have issue with them! Those 2 witnesses on the stand.
What?
What are you talking about? You've demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So it now turns out that the 2 of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies. Obviously, you'll be charged with perjury. Perjury? And, since this is a murder trial, you'll also be deemed complicit in the killing. Complicit in murder? No! Negative. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. Ah, there was a meeting. You were prepared witnesses. I was just following orders. That's right, it's as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us. Oh. What? What did you just say, Korakuta-san?
Oh, no?
You were just following orders? Now, hold on, lad. I was, say you never saw the gentlewoman? When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with the lady from overseas? What?
What? What does it the meaning of all this? These witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, you pair?
Just one simple slip of the tongue. Yeah, it was a big slip of the tongue. Order, counsel, explain what is going on here. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling us the truth.
Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this.
I want to join in too. But who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut?
Well,
That's classified. Baby's tugging his mustache. So you prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't! This can't be happening. Ryunosuke, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Ouchie had any idea about it. What are you saying? To wield that kind of influence, there's only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any ideas who might be behind this? We can affirm we tried to silence these witnesses, but then we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it is who tried to make these witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course. We'll need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever did it really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly... The waiter? Okay, we gotta press him. Oh, we examine evidence. Oh, okay, we gotta examine the waiter's card. Well, it's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? Examine everything. Make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers. If it is proven that these witnesses have been manipulated... they just said it with their own words. I assure you the penalty will be severe.
Please, wait. Your Excellency, I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god. I knew nothing.
And what does the defense have to say about all this, Give me 1 second, Your Excellency. Let me run to my pockets of evidence. I'm just gonna have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes to my head. Wait. Am I supposed to, Wait. Let me see this. Satoru Hosonaga, 29. Got it. Okay. And then back to evidence. Let's look at his card. Okay. This is the plan of the restaurant. Races number... Definitely. It's supposed to show the relative position of everything in the moments following the incident. But there's nothing to show the woman you say you saw there. Exactly. And that's not all. Look here at the upper left where it says kitchen. Yeah? What of it? No one uses complicated characters to write kitchen, especially not if they were in a hurry. You mean you don't remember those characters yourself, don't you? Study harder, Ryunosuke. Wait! Is this a Japanese lesson? Oh no! Chief Inspector! Wait! Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look! Do you see it says witness's name here? Satoru Hosonaga. Well, yeah, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's the point. It's not the name that's unexpected, it's his job title. His job? Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division. Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector? What on earth? I have no idea, but let's face it. The police have a lot of power and influence if they're wielding it somehow here. Okay. Got it. This is the evidence we needed. Okay. We're good. Hosonaga. I think that was his name. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is... Hosonaga present! Yes. Well, surely that would be Satoru Hosonaga-san. Hosonaga-san, the waiter who took the stand earlier?
Poppycock! What possible reason would a waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence.
For once, I would agree with you. If that is the man truly we were... If that is the man truly were a waiter.
What? If he truly were.
Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit this court with the truth. The truth about Satoru Hosanaga's real identity, as proven by this evidence. Okay, I'm gonna click my mouse because I ain't gonna do anything else. Present! Yes. The plan of the restaurant sketched by the man in question? I agree it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything. Sorry, Excellency. That's the back of the card. It's the back. The back of the card's of interest. I beg your pardon? Or perhaps I should have said the front?
Flip it! Just flip it, sir!
Yes, it's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is. Would someone please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosonaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession. His true profession. The waiter's profession? But that's surely... Oh, good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. Oh, sorry. That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau.
What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before?
The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power, absolute power, as far as the regular civilians are concerned. So witnesses there in the stand. Was in fact the waiter that gave you the orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman on the scene? Well... Huh?
Eh?
Inspector Hosonaga! Or should I say, Chief Inspector Hosonaga? I was worried that this may happen. Though when you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized there was a possibility that I would look at the back of it. The court will take... Okay, yeah, I don't need a flashback. Yeah, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all these investigations flawlessly. It is my guiding principle. I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake.
So you mean to say you're really a detective?
But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Of course! Your salary must be terrible! I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes. There seems to be a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can say categorically that they are unrelated to this case of this homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga. But you will elaborate on the one point for the court. Why are you gonna let me get murdered for this murder that I didn't murder? Of course, Your Excellency. You've just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true. Also, the soundtrack's amazing. Clearly you have also been aware of this person's presence having served the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I'm led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you require those witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Okay, but we do realize he's poisoned, right? Correct, Your Excellency. Wait, what? As I suspected. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table is a young lady, whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed up the restaurant and reported the incident to the Bureau. It was then that I received some special orders. What? You mean to say? Remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. It was made clear the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. Wait, what if the Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. What? The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything in the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil, and to name an Englishwoman as a primary suspect. Well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So that's the real reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. Wait, but that's not right! Because you guys are gonna pin a murder on me! Okay, one possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Cosima? Yume University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain, and I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory, is a young Englishwoman. What? You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean, when I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. Then the court demands that you name the lady at question at once, Inspector. She a princess? The English sitting at the university's professor table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett. Giselle? She's indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yume University's medical facility.
What? What is happening here?
I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erase all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene, and order these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. But again, they tried to frame me, which means you tried to frame me. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with the situation. I'm innocent, though. Regardless of whatever, I'm innocent. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point.
But Your Excellency, I mean missing the noon deadline of ruling in order to send a telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions. Calm your tits, Counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom.
Arg! Inspector Hosonaga. Yes, sir. You will locate this Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom at utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency.
But that means you'll be going against special orders you're given from the police bureau.
As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly.
Is it?
So it won't be a problem? Please let me dead before then. Oh. Nothing will get in my way. Yes? Okay, I'm like, court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call this English student, Giselle Brett, to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah?
Your Excellency? Good. Then we'll have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. To be continued. Okay, that is another stopping point then. So maybe I do these hour-and-a-half episodes? Save! Oh my god, yes, save. Alright, so that's a good stopping spot. So, wasn't the baby. Well, actually, have not cleared the baby of innocence yet. So next episode, we find out who Giselle was. And we can be like, hey, look, I'm innocent, so I could peace out, right? I don't know. Alright, see y'all next time. Laters.